6:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news is read by J. Yogaraj. First, headlines. Maize production will be increased as a measure to increase the food production in the forthcoming Maha season. The Private Bus Operators Association says the private bus transport will be operated tomorrow at a limited capacity due to the shortage of the diesel. LAF LP gas prices increased. Distribution of the diesel to be restricted. India provides life-saving drugs equipment to Jaffna Hospital. Indian businessman arrested for attempt to smuggle foreign currency. News overseas. Ukraine explosions shake Kyiv while battles rage in East. And those are the headlines of the news. Maize production will be increased as a measure to increase the food production in the forthcoming Maha season. The main objective is to meet the country's requirement to feed the livestock as well. The livestock feed production will also be increased as a part of the massive cultivation drive. The price of LAF's domestic LP gas cylinders has been increased. Accordingly, the new price of the cylinder of 12.5 kilogram gas cylinder will be 6,850 rupees. Meanwhile, the price of a 5 kilogram cylinder will be 2,740 rupees according to the LAF LP gas dealers. Meanwhile, it has been previously reported that the LAF Gas PLC expects to resume the distribution of domestic LP gas cylinders from today. LAF Gas Chairman WKH Vegapitia says that a shipment of 3,500 metric tons of gas had commenced unloading since last night. Diesel will be distributed only to selected petrol stations on a priority list due to the limited stocks of diesel, says the Petroleum Distributors Association. Co-secretary of the association, Mr. Kapila Nahatunna, says that the daily distribution of the diesel has been reduced to about 2,500 metric tons. It is reported that the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation currently has a reserve of about 40,000 metric tons of diesel. It is also reported that although another consignment of diesel has been ordered, the suppliers have not yet confirmed the supply of that consignment. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The medical insurance plan that begins at the age of 60. Medi60 from Sri Lanka Insurance.
In continuation of the government of India's ongoing support to the people of Sri Lanka, India, in the latest aid, provided 2 truckloads of life-saving medicines and equipment to Jaffna Teaching Hospital. The aid was handed over by Consulate General of India, Jaffna, Rakesh Natraj, to Director JTH, Dr. Nandakumar, on Sunday. More aid to Sri Lanka is to follow. The aid will ensure general and critical care in the northern province of the island nation. In line with its neighbourhood first policies, India again came forward to help Sri Lanka during its economic crisis. Indian High Commissioner to Colombo, Gopal Bagle, on Friday handed over a total of 3.3 tons of essential medical supplies to the 1990 Suasaria ambulance service. Mr. Bagle says that India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar was appraised of the looming shortage of the medical supplies faced by the foundation during his visit to the Suasaria headquarters in Colombo in March 2022. An Indian national has been arrested at the Bandaranaike International Airport for trying to smuggle foreign currency out of the country. The airline passenger was preparing to board to a flight to Chennai, India, when he was arrested due to suspicious behavior. The 45-year-old Indian businessman was arrested by the security officers at the airport this morning. Security personnel had grown suspicious of him at the airport due to him visiting the toilet at the passenger terminal several times in a short period of time. The Private Bus Operators Association says the private bus transport will be operated tomorrow at a limited capacity due to the shortage of diesel. Chairman of the Private Bus Owners Association, Gamini Vijayaratna, says 25% of the buses will be operated tomorrow. He also said some of the bus operators face immense difficulties to pump diesel, as the diesel is supplied to selected fuel stations in the country. And that's local news.
The medical insurance plan that begins at the age of 60. Medi 60 from Sri Lanka Insurance. A health insurance plan to honor our most valued elders by the protectors of the nation. We now give our treasured senior citizens access to the very best medical insurance, specially tailored for anyone over 60. What's more, you don't need medical screening to access this policy. And Medi 60 covers a wide range of illnesses. Only from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 0112 357 357.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Sri Lanka Army has come forward to extend support to increase the rice and crop production in the country. According to the island-wide cultivation drive is being carried out with the support of army camps located in those areas. The main objective of this exercise is to increase the production to avoid any possible food shortage in the future. And that came to you in Top News.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, Examinations Department Chief LMD Dharmasena says the answer script evaluation will be conducted in 2 stages. The first stage of the evaluations will commence on the 17th of this month. This will continue till 26th of this month. Thereafter, the second stage will be conducted from 30th of June to 9th of July. The decisions on the evaluation process will be held in 2 stages. That will be done from 5th, that's today, of this month to 8th of this month. Mr. Dharmasena said the much-awaited GCE Ordinary Level Exam 2021 has been concluded successfully amidst challenging conditions. And that was Watchlight. And in world news, Ukraine explosions shake Kyiv while battles rage in its east. Indian actor who survived religious hate and bullets. 6 held in Hong Kong on anniversary of massacre. And those are the headlines of the world news. A number of explosions shook parts of Kyiv early on Sunday in the first assault on Ukraine's capital for weeks. Columns of black smoke could be seen above the city. Russia says it hit tanks supplied by the European countries. At least 1 person was reported hurt. The city has been largely spared in recent months as Russian forces concentrate attacks in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine. The year was 1953. Nilambur Aisha, 18, was on stage delivering a dialogue when a bullet whistled through the air. It missed me and hit the stage curtains because I moved while speaking, recalls Aisha, now 87, sitting at home in the town of Nilambur, which became part of a stage name in the southern Indian state of Kerala. The shooter's attempt was just one among several by religious conservatives who believed a Muslim woman should not act to force Aisha off the stage. 6 people have been arrested in Hong Kong as authorities moved to restrict public commemoration of the Tiananmen Square massacre. Saturday was the 33rd anniversary of the highly sensitive incident in which China's rulers crushed peaceful protesters with tanks and troops. Until recently, Hong Kong was one of the few Chinese territories which commemorated the event. And that was world news. The Sri Lanka Ports Authority, SLPA, has introduced an easy-to-report complaint mechanism against fraud and corruption intending to enhance the quality of port operations and services. Accordingly, anyone using the port can use the telephone number 0716 413 332. I repeat, 0716 413 332 to lodge and complain through the WhatsApp in the case of any fraudulent operation and services in the ports in Sri Lanka. And that was development news.
Sports news is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
An all-round performance from Sri Lanka captain Chamari Atapattu helped a team to a convincing consolation win on the final day of their tour of Pakistan. After electing to bat first, she scored a 6th ODI 100, a 95 ball 101, before taking 2 for 20 with the ball to help rout Pakistan by 93 runs. Scores: Sri Lanka women batted first and made 260 for 7 in 50 overs. In reply, Pakistan were bowled out for 167.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Dialog Khasiata PLC has had the distinction of being accorded the title Sri Lanka's most valuable brand for the 4th consecutive year by Brand Finance, the world's leading independent brand valuation consultancy, at the 19th edition of its annual review. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Despite the negative economic sentiments, the Board of Investment approved export companies have brought an increased revenue of $250 million in the first 3 months of 2022 to Sri Lanka. The total revenue earned by all 14 BOI zones and other BOI-related companies last year was around $1,400 million in the first 3 months of 2021, and this year it has increased to around $1,650. $1,650 million, and this is 11% growth as against the previous year. And that was Economic News.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
Finally, in the weather report, the Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at times in Sabarkama province and in Kandy and Nuwara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in western and northwestern provinces and in Gaul and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in Uva province and in Ampara district during the evening or night. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published this evening at 5:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that the day's weather was cloudy with occasional showers. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be 30 degrees centigrades, and there'll be light showers in many places in Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 27 centigrades, and there'll be scattered showers in the selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be around 28 centigrade at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 22, which shows fair air condition in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. However, sensitive groups may experience minor to moderate symptoms from long-term exposure. To wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. Maize production will be increased as a measure to increase the food production in the forthcoming March season. The Private Bus Operators Association says the private bus transport will be operated tomorrow at a limited capacity due to shortage of the diesel. LAF LP gas prices increased. Distribution of diesel to be restricted. India provides life-saving trucks equipment to Jaffna Hospital. Indian businessman arrested for attempt to smuggle foreign currency. With that, we conclude this evening news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.